On a cold day, the sweet sound of free coffee and hot chocolate is a welcome comfort. Visitors from all over the world to Vancouver have been hearing about it and consuming it at various transit stations during the 2010 Olympics.
This is my third cup, and it's keeping me warm. But it was hot chocolate before. Thank you so much, ladies.
Sure, it always improves the day. Just a few free things here and there, you know.
It's a nice gesture on a cool summer winter day.
It's an initiative of a coalition of Christian groups called More Than Gold. Sharon Tidd is Olympic Outreach Coordinator for the Salvation Army and has been responsible for coordinating much of the work.
Well, it's been 2 years of planning, and we've had multiple meetings with both VANOC and TransLink, and then the challenge really has been pulling together the resources and the products and the people to deliver the service. But we've got a lot of support through the More Than Gold network. Things have come together, so the fact that we are a network of churches and agencies working together that's making this possible. And when I look at it, I mean, we've contributed probably 100 volunteers, whereas other denominations are in the 500 area. So it's just an amazing thing that the church is coming together in unity to serve this city at this time, and God is doing amazing things.
To pull it off, they've called together 2,000 volunteers, giving 45,000 hours of service, spread across 22 sites. The outreach has been hugely popular, so much so they're running out of hot chocolate and coffee.
Well, we purchased 600,000 cups. Over this past weekend, the first 3 days of the game, we went through 160,000 cups. So a lot of servings have already been passed out. We are running short, and we're relying on the churches to come through with more product.
It was a cup of coffee just like this one, served 6 decades ago, that opened the door for faith communities to serve the thousands more they will during the games.
I know that story because I was the one that heard it first, and the lady telling it to me was crying as she shared it. She is the person at TransLink that's responsible for queue management or lineup management during the Olympics. And as she was brainstorming with her team, trying to think about how can we keep these people happy, knowing it's going to be long times, wait in the cold and in the rain, quite possibly. And someone said, well, if there's any way we could get refreshments out there, that would be awesome. And right away, she remembered the story her parents had told her over and over again as a child about when they immigrated from England to Halifax, and they came into the docks, and a Salvation Army canteen was there with coffee and just the offer of help and assistance and a welcome to their new home. Right away she thought, the Sally Ann was there in Halifax, I bet they could do it here, and she called us the next day.
Coincidentally, giving refreshments to visitors was something the team had previously talked about but didn't think would ever happen.
Just the fact that this was 6 decades ago, and here she is remembering it and turning it then into an opportunity for the church to serve today, that just blew my mind away. You can't put words to that. And then for her to call again on Saturday and just say, you guys are doing an amazing, amazing job for us, and we can't thank you enough. And she actually said she had been down at the Yale Town celebration and came out to the SkyTrain station and was offered a cup of coffee personally. And she said, I needed it because I'd been working for 16 hours, it was cold and wet, and it made all the difference for me. And she said it's making all the difference for the riders as well. So it's great.
But beyond the unexpected welcome and warm comfort they're providing, participants are also hoping recipients will receive a message, one that lasts long beyond the games. Bob Kraemer is Director of Operations through the More Than Gold network.
We hope that a seed has been planted where they will be thinking more about spiritual things. That's my favorite question to ask somebody. When they ask, why are you doing this? We tell them that we want everyone in Vancouver to know, and all visitors to Vancouver know, that God loves them.
All right. And those serving at street level say the message is being received.
They respond well. We've had people have stopped and talked with us and even shared stories of their lives or things that they've been going through, and we've had opportunities to pray with them. Getting to see when people cross the street, and sometimes you can tell if they have a lot on their mind, but then them hearing us singing or handing it out, you see this change in their face, and it brightens your face up as well, knowing that you're making an impact, making a difference. So something so simple, we think we forget that a lot, that the simple things really do impact people, and it can change their lives forever, whether we see it right now or not. Would you like some?
If you want to find out more about the free coffee and hot chocolate initiative, or if you would like to help them replenish their supplies, go to our website at crossroads.ca and click on guest contact information. In Vancouver, Cheryl Weber, 100 Huntley Street.
Don't you wish you could be in Vancouver right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
you know, I talked to Cheryl yesterday. She said it was 16 degrees where she was.
The warmest winter in 100 years.
So maybe they should be
but
even-
the coffee and hot chocolate's still going like gangbusters.
I was saying they may want to give out lemonade and cold drinks in Vancouver with the weather like
Slices
this.
of watermelon.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, you know what? The Olympics is the perfect opportunity for the faith community to reach out and embrace literally the world, because the world is coming to the doorstep of Vancouver.
And I love these kinds of stories because we really look at the practical needs of people. So we're going to give them hot chocolate and coffee during the cold weather. There's people out there that are praying for people and the Olympians. I mean, I just love how the church has really rallied at this time.
Well, and it's acts of kindness, right? I mean, kindness is so disarming. And I think when we're out in public, we're all usually so focused on our own things and whatever. But when someone just does something totally random, kind, then I think it does something to you. And like the woman in this story, she said, she remembered that 60 years later. Yeah. One act of kindness.
Yeah. And not expecting anything in return. We're just giving, and we're not asking for anything back, which I think is a wonderful thing.
And I just want to repeat what Cheryl said at the end of her report. If you would like to get in touch with them and find out how you can help them replenish the supplies, just log on to our website at crossroads.ca and the links will be there.